Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions. And thank you again so much for our time together. Thank you for the privilege of being able to sit down with you every day and just share a simple thought from the Word of God. On Mondays, I always remind you, it's going to be a good week. Never dread the week. Always look forward to the week. See, we are people of hope. God has made us people of hope. We are always looking forward to the good things. God has got good things in store for us. God's goodness and mercy follows us all the days of our lives. It's going to be a good week. Never dread the week. Anticipate God's blessings and miracles this week. But right now, let's go back to the book of Acts chapter 12. I want to talk to you about live and die by politics. Now here we find a funny story about a politician by the name of King Herod. Chapter 12, verse 1. It was about this time that King Herod arrested some who belonged to the church. Now there's a great thought. We belong to the church. Intending to persecute them. He had James, the brother of John, put to death with the sword. When he saw this pleased the Jews, he proceeded to seize Peter also. Now, first of all, I want you to notice that Herod joins the persecution. But I also want you to notice the number one rule of a politician: please the people. And any time that a politician does something that pleases the people, it is replicated. So we can say it this way: pleasing behavior is replicated. So here is Herod. He's a people pleaser. He's willing to kill people. He's willing to imprison people, innocent people, if it will please the people. Now, sometimes we look at politicians and we go, why do they do the foolish, horrible, immoral things that they do? Because pleasing behavior is always replicated. If it pleases the people, a politician will do it again. But then I want you to notice down over in verses 21 to 23. It says, on the appointed day, back up to verse 22. It says, they asked for peace because they depended on the king's country for their food supplies. So here was a group of people who were dependent on King Herod. On the appointed day, Herod, wearing his royal robes, sat on his throne and delivered a public address to the people. They shouted, "This is the voice of a God, not a man." And immediately, because Herod did not give praise to God, an angel of the Lord struck him down, and he was eaten by worms and died. But the word of the Lord continued to increase and spread. In verses 21 to 23, we have a man thinking that he can replace God in the lives of people. And then we have a miracle of judgment. And nobody likes to talk about miracles of judgment, and we like to relegate them to the Old Testament, and they're not part of the New Covenant, and they're not part of the age of grace that we live in. But excuse me, yes, they are. Yes, they are. We are in chapter 12 of the book of Acts. Now, when you begin to understand this, you need to understand also, God hasn't changed. God will still do miracles of judgment today. And I really believe that there are politicians in this world who exalt themselves and they forget who is King of Kings and who is Lord of Lords, and God will bring them down. But notice verse 24. Even when the government joins the persecution, the word of God continues to grow. A few thoughts on politics today.